Have you ever found yourself spending money you didn't plan to, even when you know it's not good for your finances? Bad spending habits aren't just about poor self-control or lack of financial literacy. They're often driven by deep-seated psychological patterns, social conditioning, and subconscious loops that override rational decision-making. In this video, we'll explore the psychology behind bad spending habits, why even smart people fall into these traps, and actionable steps to break free and take control of your financial life. Understanding these hidden forces is the first step toward building sustainable wealth and reducing financial stress. 1. Emotional spending driven by instant gratification. One of the most common psychological forces behind poor spending habits is a desire for instant gratification. Humans are wired to seek pleasure immediately, which often manifests in impulsive purchases. Whether it's buying a new gadget, ordering takeout, or splurging on fashion items, the brain receives a dopamine reward that feels satisfying in the moment. Unfortunately, these short-term rewards rarely contribute to long-term financial well-being. The emotional satisfaction fades quickly, but the financial consequence remains, creating a cycle of regret and repeated impulse purchases. Wealthy individuals, by contrast, train themselves to delay gratification. They consciously evaluate whether a purchase aligns with long-term goals, often using strategies such as 48-hour cooling-off periods, wish lists, or automatic transfers to investment accounts to redirect impulsive energy toward wealth-building activities. Understanding the psychological loop allows individuals to recognize triggers like stress, boredom, or social comparison, and replace reactive spending with deliberate choices. The key is to satisfy the brain's reward system in ways that align with financial goals, such as seeing growth in investments or watching debt decrease. 2. Social conditioning and peer pressure. Another hidden force behind bad spending habits is social conditioning. From an early age, society teaches us that success is measured by visible consumption: the clothes we wear, the cars we drive, and the homes we own. Peer pressure amplifies this conditioning, as people compare themselves to friends, neighbors, or colleagues. This often results in lifestyle inflation, where income increases lead to corresponding increases in spending rather than investment. People buy new gadgets, upgrade homes, or take luxury vacations to keep up with perceived social norms. Even when individuals know they should save or invest, the psychological need for social acceptance can override rational decision-making. Breaking this cycle requires conscious awareness and a shift in values. Instead of measuring success by possessions, focus on financial milestones, investment growth, or personal skill development. Setting personal financial goals and celebrating progress in measurable terms can help reduce the influence of social comparison on spending behavior. 3. Survival mechanisms and scarcity mindset. Subconscious survival mechanisms also influence spending patterns. Many people carry a scarcity mindset, shaped by experiences of financial insecurity, childhood habits, or societal messaging about money being limited. This mindset triggers a sense of urgency to spend, hoard, or overconsume when money is available, fearing it may not be available later. This behavior can manifest as buying unnecessary items, accumulating credit card debt, or overspending during promotions and sales. Even after financial circumstances improve, the subconscious programming often remains, driving repeated cycles of poor spending and financial stress. To overcome this, financial education and planning are essential. Building emergency funds, tracking cash flow, and creating structured budgets helps retrain the brain to recognize that resources are manageable and secure. Over time, disciplined financial habits reduce anxiety-driven spending, build confidence, and create a sustained sense of control, abundance, and empowerment over money decisions. 4. Neurological loops and habit formation. Repeated spending patterns form neurological loops in the brain. Every time a person makes an impulsive purchase, the brain reinforces the behavior through the release of dopamine, creating a reward feedback loop. Over time, these habits become automatic, making it increasingly difficult to make rational financial choices. This is why even people with solid intentions and financial goals can find themselves repeatedly overspending, accumulating debt, or failing to save. The behavior is deeply ingrained, operating below conscious awareness, and can be triggered by emotions, advertisements, or social cues. Breaking these loops requires conscious intervention and sustained effort. Techniques such as journaling spending, creating delayed consumption accounts, and automating savings or investments disrupt automatic behaviors and help establish new neural pathways. For instance, redirecting a portion of disposable income into an investment account instead of immediately spending allows the brain to associate financial restraint with reward. Over time, the positive reinforcement of seeing savings grow, investments compound, or debt reduce can replace the thrill of impulsive spending. Additional strategies include mindfulness practices, setting clear financial goals, and establishing spending boundaries. Visualization exercises can reinforce the benefits of disciplined behavior, while automated reminders or budgeting apps help maintain consistency. Recognizing and actively rewiring these neurological patterns is critical for long-term behavioral change. By transforming reactive, emotion-driven spending into deliberate, goal-oriented financial actions, individuals not only reduce financial stress, but also cultivate habits that support wealth creation, financial security, and a healthy relationship with money for decades to come. 5. Cognitive dissonance and justification of purchases. Cognitive dissonance plays a significant role in bad spending habits. People often rationalize purchases that contradict their long-term goals with excuses like, "I deserve this, it's on sale," or "everyone else is buying it." This mental justification reduces guilt temporarily, but reinforces harmful financial behavior. Wealthy individuals are aware of this cognitive trap and use objective criteria to evaluate purchases. They ask questions such as, "Does this align with my long-term financial goals?" Or, "Will this purchase generate value over time?" By implementing systems such as pre-approved spending categories or mandatory waiting periods, they reduce the influence of rationalization and align spending with strategic financial objectives. 6. Lack of awareness and financial education. A significant contributor to bad spending habits is simply a lack of awareness. Many people are not educated on the impact of compound interest, opportunity cost, or debt accumulation, which prevents them from fully understanding the long-term consequences of their daily financial decisions. Without this knowledge, even seemingly small choices, like overspending on a subscription service or carrying a credit card balance, can accumulate over time to create significant financial strain. Financial literacy programs, personal coaching, and practical tools like budgeting templates, debt calculators, and investment tracking apps empower individuals to understand and quantify the consequences of their actions. By seeing how debt compounds, how misinvestment opportunities accumulate over decades, or how recurring small expenses can erode savings, people can make more deliberate and informed choices. Visualizing these long-term effects encourages behavioral change, transforming impulsive habits into strategic decisions. Additionally, learning about financial principles such as diversification, risk management, and the time value of money gives individuals a framework for evaluating spending and investment opportunities. When people connect immediate financial behavior with long-term wealth creation, they are more likely to prioritize saving, invest consistently, avoid unnecessary debt, and build sustainable financial habits. Over time, increased financial awareness not only protects against poor spending, but also provides confidence, reduces stress, and helps create a roadmap toward lasting financial stability and independence. 7. Emotional triggers and life events. Life events and emotional triggers can exacerbate bad spending. Stress, loneliness, celebrations, or personal milestones often lead to impulsive or emotionally driven purchases. Retail therapy, splurges during holidays, or spending after a stressful day at work are common examples. Understanding personal triggers and creating alternative coping mechanisms is essential. This might include substituting shopping with physical activity, journaling, social engagement, or directing funds into savings or charitable contributions. By addressing emotional triggers consciously, individuals reduce the likelihood of spending patterns that sabotage financial goals. 8. Rewiring your mindset for conscious spending. Breaking the cycle of bad spending requires rewiring the mindset toward conscious, deliberate financial decisions. Tools like the Conscious Spending Template can help categorize needs, wants, and investments, guiding spending toward intentional purposes rather than automatic impulses. Implementing delayed consumption for discretionary purchases encourages reflection before making non-essential purchases, reducing impulsive spending. Setting up automated savings or investment transfers ensures that a portion of income is consistently allocated to wealth-building activities, creating financial discipline. Reviewing recurring expenses quarterly allows individuals to identify and eliminate non-essential items that silently drain resources. Budgeting for personal growth, such as investing in upskilling, health, or education, prioritizes long-term value over mindless consumption. By aligning financial behavior with long-term goals, individuals can reduce stress, build wealth, and cultivate a healthier, more intentional relationship with money. So, there you have it. The psychology behind bad spending habits and 8 actionable strategies to break free from them. From understanding emotional spending and social conditioning to rewiring habits and using conscious spending tools, these insights show that behavior, not just income, determines financial health. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more practical financial insights and strategies. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.